Hello again everybody and welcome to this video. Before I get started into actually talking about what's going on in this painting, I feel like I should apologise for my head constantly popping in and out on this video. Now there is a very good reason for that, and it's because the paper is actually 40 by 70 centimetres long, so my camera is zoomed out quite far to capture the entire footage. And ultimately I've got to stretch across my desk to paint certain areas, so I do apologise for that. So where do I actually start talking about this painting? Originally my concept was a simple one. It was going to be Captain America slamming Thor's hammer into the ground with lots of electricity firing around. But then I thought to myself, if I'm going to paint the Avengers, or even paint a tribute towards the Avengers, then at least I've got to have the original 6. Knowing that Cap would be the focal point for this entire painting, I wanted to get him spot on. And I'm a type of person who loves lots of contrast in their artwork, so this required me to do lots and lots of layering with Payne's Grey. And the highlights on his cap, on his arm, on the back of his shoulders, is basically me lifting the paint away to show a lighter layer underneath. The red paint in his boots, gloves and shield are a combination of cadmium red and red madder. The difference being, on the shield there's a harsh white to create the illusion of a metallic paint. The Hulk as you see him now, at that moment in time, he was actually done for me, and I moved on to Black Widow, where I went away and came back and realised he just looks dull and too flat, so I found the brightest green watercolour I could find and just covered him in it. From the moment I decided that I wanted more Avengers on this page, I knew that I wanted Ant-Man really big in the background. And like how landscape artists dumb down the colours of mountains in the distance to create depth, I tried to do the same thing with Ant-Man. And it's debatable on whether that actually worked for me or not. But after I painted in that silhouette of Falcon swooping out of an explosion, next to the contrast of a stormy sky on the other side of his helmet, it really helped Ant-Man to stand out and still sit in the background at the same time. At this point the right hand side of the painting is pretty much finished, lightning all over it. And how I actually did the lightning was masking fluid. I put it all over the painting before I started, and you can actually still see it on the left hand side, them slight shades of blue. And once I'd finished actually painting, I rubbed the masking fluid away to leave the white of the page, and then I stained it with the colour that I wanted to create the required effect. And then came the time to paint Spiderman. And let's face it, you can't have an Avengers painting without Spiderman. And I know he hasn't been in it from the beginning, but he has made such an impact so far. And also, you gave me a chance to try out this gold watercolour paint that I had in my collection. You can see me actually paint it on his legs. Also used it on Fanart's helmet and on Iron Man's body armour. Throughout this entire painting, I was never truly sure how I was going to paint the glows on the gemstones, and you can't really have the light without the dark, so what I did was I painted dark layers going lighter each time until I just painted a white spot on the gemstones, and then with a damp brush I went and softened the edge of the gems to create the glow. And the gold paint was a massive help with this because I also glowed the gauntlet itself. what I learnt from painting the gauntlets are definitely used in painting Iron Man's armour, like the glow of his eyes and the glow of the power core in the middle of his chest. I even painted a blue reflection on the side of his helmet to reflect that big plasma cannon. Okay then guys, it is finally done. I think I've been doing it for over 2 months now, so I am very glad to finish. But I've had lots of fun doing it, so I'm used to doing realism portraits and stuff, so it's been quite nice not do my normal thing. Been a massive learning curve as well. It's all watercolour, all completely watercolour apart from down here where this is gouache and here. I'm really glad I kept this part in because I don't know, it just works really well. Looks more artistic in my opinion. We've learnt a lot about electricity, like over here doesn't look as nice as up here because I learnt what I needed to learn here to put it down here, but I love it, I think it looks awesome. I've taken the tape off. As you can see, it's gone under the tape because my tape is crap and I can't do anything about it, so that will have to be trimmed off. But I'm actually going to mount this onto canvas, so I'll be doing a video on how I varnish it because it is watercolour at the end of the day. So if I mount it, I'm going to have to protect it from the elements. And also I'll do a video on how I mount, this piece of paper, because that's what it is, onto canvas. So if you're interested in watching them 2 videos as well, like and subscribe for more videos. Thank you very much for watching.